Beyond the human cost of Russia's invasion of Ukraine, there is also concern about the loss of Ukrainian culture. There are already reports of damage to museums and heritage sites. 25 paintings were destroyed in a single Russian attack on a museum north of Kyiv, according to Ukrainian officials. Olesia Ostrovska-Liuta is the director of the Mystetskyi Arsenal National Art and Culture Museum complex in Kyiv. Hi there, Ms. Ostrovska-Liuta. Nice to meet you. Thank you for making time for us.
Hello, good to be here.
I have a number of questions, of course, about the cultural artifacts that you're protecting, but I know that you're in Kyiv, and we are all watching images of Russian soldiers get closer and closer to Kyiv, or to, take, as they would hope, to taking over Kyiv. I'm just wondering how you're doing and what it's like around you.
Well, it doesn't feel very safe, as you can imagine, but Kyiv is still holding on, and we hope that to be like that. But there are many shellings during the day, and you have many air. I'm sorry, I forgot the word. When you have a siren,
right? The air
and you have
siren.
to. Yes, right, exactly.
And is it your sense, being in the city, that idea that they've increased their presence, that they're moving closer? Do you feel that? Like, are the frequency of those sirens more? Do you hear more shelling than you did, let's say, even a week ago?
I would say it's still more or less the same, more or less the same. But we, of course, watch all sorts of news, both the television and telegram channels and signal channels and all sorts of that, and hope to keep as safe as we can.
Why have you decided to stay there?
Different people have different reasons for that. Some people have family, for example, elderly people who are not easy to, it's not easy to move out of the city with elderly relatives. Some people are not ready to become refugees. It's very hard to leave your home and have no prospects somewhere else. Some people have to protect their institutions as well, and it's often the case with museums.
Can you tell me about the institutions, the museums, the galleries that you oversee?
I work for Art Arsenal, and that's the largest Ukrainian cultural center. We are located in the 18th century building. It's huge. It's right in the middle of a historical. It was built as a fortress at the end of 18th century, and it belonged to the Ministry of Defense until recently, and then it was turned into a cultural center. So that's a very important historical and cultural site. It's it is a multidisciplinary institution. We do both museum programs and educational programs and art programs, and also literature and book programs. Many of my colleagues are still in Kyiv. It's their choice. Some people chose to work remotely from other cities. That's all right as well. Some people chose to stay in Kyiv for different reasons.
I know that there were great efforts underway to preserve the artifacts in the institutions that you oversee. I know that you can't disclose what the details of those efforts are, but are you confident that they are safe?
You cannot be confident anywhere in Ukraine, because every city is under attack, and there are shellings in every region of the country, both western regions and southern regions. So there is no, safe haven in Ukraine right now. This is the reason why we all repeatedly ask for assistance with a no-flight zone, because this is the biggest danger for historical sites and cultural sites, shellings from the sky. But we do as much as possible in this situation.
I know that everyone also wants to protect civilians. Explain from your point of view why it's also very important to protect these kind of historical artifacts, these pieces of art, these representations of Ukrainian culture.
Because you cannot replace them. Once you lose those objects, you cannot replace and fill the gap. So it's important to protect them as much as possible. Many cities, such as Lviv and Odessa, are preparing very well now. Kyiv didn't have that time. Kyiv and Kharkiv didn't have that time. But other cities are working hard, which is good. But Ukraine is the country that lost a lot of its cultural heritage through the 20th century, because Ukraine was the center of World War I and World War II, which was World War II, for example, ruined most Ukrainian cities, both historical sites and parts, and also civilians died during World War II. So we really did not preserve as much as could be preserved through the 20th century, and now it feels like history is repeating itself.
Well, I hope those artifacts stay safe, and I certainly, and I know our viewers do, really hope you stay safe as well. Thank you so much, Ms. Ostrovska-Liuta.
Thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Vashi Capellos, host of Power in Politics. See more of our show by subscribing to the CBC News channel or click the link for another video.